guys, Tharwa here. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you my latest acquisition. It's something that I was hoping not to replace so soon. My one burner stove, the hose had a leak, and so I needed to actually replace the whole unit because it was really hard finding the proper hose to connect to my 20-pound tank. So I shopped around. REI, one of my favorite stores, was having a sale. How convenient. But I'm very happy with the stove that I bought, and I'd like to share that with you. So come on with me and let's unbox the new stove. I decided to put the stove on my actual counter space because the only other option, and this would have been easier, was to have it here. This is kind of where my sink is, which I'm using for my art station, and I really would prefer to use this for my art and not move my art around. So I'm gonna keep this the art station, and I was thinking about it because I'm wasting quite a bit of counter space by putting the stove here, because the stove it's about 2 feet wide. It's like a 2 by 1, but this will also help to reduce any clutter. And so the only other thing I have room for is really my utensils right there. And I'm loving the stove. I used it one time, and it's really got a really nice powerful burn to it. You can tell it does discolor really easily, but what I love is I can remove this grate and I have a really big open surface to clean it off and wipe it off really easily, which I love. This I transferred from I bought this independently. I used it on my one burner because you can't really regulate the one burner very well. So this would have helped to either elevate it off the burner, but I also like it because it does, if I'm putting, like, my coffee maker is a little smaller, so it just balances it better. So I really like this. It was like $10 on Amazon, and it's really durable. It's all cast iron. It'll last me a long time. So there's my stove, guys. I love it. I love the size. I love the color. And when I do use it outside of the van, it's, it closes up really easily. I just have one attachment here to detach the stove and put it outside. And when I do cook in here, which will be minimal stuff that I'll do inside, I'll have a directional fan from my bed, my messy bed, directional fan from there, just blowing anything out towards the door, and I also have my max fan. So that's my setup, and I'm gonna enjoy my new stove. Here are the 2 hoses for the stove that I had, the one burner. This is the original. The black hose is the original hose that came with the stove. but it was really hard to find this male connection as far as just buying the single hose. So other than replacing the whole stove, that's why I decided to just buy the 2-burner. I paid a little bit more, but I would not have this issue because the hose that goes from the 2-burner to my 20-pound tank is much easier to find and replace. And the stove is also just a much better quality. So this red part here is where the leak happened, and it's just not worth the hassle, or not worth the safety hassle to mess with any type of leak. So that's the reason I replaced my stove. This was not something that I thought I was going to have to replace so soon. The metal hose is a much more durable hose, but I'm also found that the black hose is not really meant for high pressure, or at least not the hoses that REI was selling. The metal hose was actually labeled for higher pressure. So that's just something to be aware of, or make sure that the hose that you choose is meant, for the stove or the tank that you're using. Even though the connection might fit, you want to make sure that you have a high pressure hose, especially with the gas. So the reason I replaced this part, you can see this is a really nice, it's solid brass, but right here there's a seal, and I'm able to turn this. So I just didn't want to take a chance. This is not supposed to be able to turn, so that's the reason I replaced this hose as well. And I wanted to share this with you guys because, check your hoses. Even though this hose didn't have a leak as far as me smelling it, I didn't like the fact that this was loose. So check your hoses on a regular basis and just replace it. It's not worth the safety, compromising your safety. Thank you for hanging with me, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Mwah! Love you. Bye.